All right, this video is going to help us find the distance between some horizontal points and vertical distance also. This is just in preparation for our quiz tomorrow on Friday, October 1st. So here I have some points on a coordinate plane, and the first thing that I'm going to do is try to find what those points are, like what are their ordered pairs. So I'm going to start off from the origin, 0, 0, and I'm going to start by going on the x-axis to find my x coordinate. So I can see, I'm going to scoot all the way over here, and I can see I'm matching up with the point right here at -4. So that means my x is going to be -4. Let's just call, oops, just kidding. We'll call this A and this one B. So for A, I'm at -4. And I'm going to go up to meet the point at +4. So my y value is +4. Now B, I'm going to do the same thing. Start at 0 and scoot over until I can see that it's lined up with my point. So I can see that that's a +2. And then up to 4. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be finding horizontal distance, because this, if I connected it with a line, would make a horizontal line. So I'm trying to find out what's the distance from point A to point B. We could count this, but we are going to be practicing using absolute value to find distance. So I'm going to look at my ordered pairs here, and I'm going to look and see, out of these ordered pairs, which coordinate is the same. I can see that the one that it shares that's the same is this y coordinate. The 4 is the same. So what I'm going to be looking at is that x coordinate, and I'm going to use their absolute values. So I'll write absolute value of -4 and the absolute value of 2. Now I need to figure out what operation I'm going to do. Am I going to add or subtract? So I need to look back at my coordinate plane and see that both of these points are crossing over an axis. So it's crossing over the x-axis. And the way that I like to remember it is, if it's crossing an axis, it's going to make a plus sign. So that tells me that I'm going to add these distances together. Okay, so I'm going to add. Sorry, I'm trying to get the right marker here. Okay, so the absolute value of -4 is 4, and the absolute value of 2 is 2. And 4 plus 2 is 6. Okay, so we found the distance. It's 6 units from A to B. I'm going to go ahead and erase this real quick, and we'll try another one. Okay, this time we are going to find vertical distance. Okay, and let me just put some plots on here. Plot some points. Okay, and we'll call this one B and this one C. So the first thing I need to do is I need to find where on the coordinate plane is B and where is C. So I'm going to go ahead and write that real quick. So I'm going to start from the origin. I see that it's at 5 and up 9. So 5, 9, and that's for B. Now for C, we'll do the same thing. Start at the origin, move over. I see I'm at 5, 2. Okay, now we're going to find vertical distance. So if I were to connect these together, I would be looking to see how far they are apart vertically. When I look at these 2 points, I can see that they're on the same quadrant. They are not crossing an axis here, and they're not crossing an axis here. So when they don't cross into a different quadrant, we are going to subtract their absolute values. The reason why we're doing that is, you can see this has a distance from 0, and then this one has a distance from 0. But we're not trying to get all the way down here. We're only trying to get from here. So that's why we would subtract. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at our ordered pairs here and see, well, which value is the same? I can see that the x coordinate is the same, so we're not going to pay attention to those. Okay, we are going to use the absolute value of 9 and the absolute value of 2. And because they're in the same quadrant, we're going to subtract them. So 9, absolute value of 9 is 9. The absolute value of 2 is 2, and 9 minus 2 is 7. Okay. Now let's try a shape. This is what we learned today in class, is we're combining all of these skills that we've learned before, and now we are going to find a perimeter of a shape. So let's just say we have a rectangle A, B, C, D. Okay, and let's do so A, B, C, D. Okay, so here I have a little rectangle. Okay, we need to find the perimeter. Now the perimeter is all of the sides measurements added up. So I need to find out what the measurements of this is added up. Okay, so we're going to start by finding our points. We're going to do A and B, C and D. Okay, so let's look. A is at -3, 5. B is at +2, +5. C is at -3, +1. D is at +2, +1. Okay. Now that I have all my points, I just want to go all my ordered pairs. I'm going to look at the picture and see, well, I can see that one side is crossing an axis. So these 2 points I'm going to be adding. But then when I'm trying to find these distances, I can see that they're still in the same quadrant, so I'm going to subtract these ones. So first what we're going to do is we are going to find the values of A to B. Okay, so we're going to be doing this distance right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at these ordered pairs again and see, okay, I see that I have a 5 here and a 5 here. My y coordinates are the same, so I'm not going to worry about those. Okay, I'm going to use the absolute values of -3 and 5. Okay, so let's see. We said because they are crossing an axis, we are going to add those values. So A and B is 3 plus 5, and we know that 3 plus 5 is 8. Oh my goodness, I was like, what am I doing? I was like, that doesn't seem right. You guys, I wrote the wrong number in here. Give me a second here. Mrs. Bowman is on the struggle bus after a long day of math. I put the wrong value in here. We put 2 here, the absolute value of 2, and the absolute value of 3. My apologies. Okay, we all make mistakes, but it's important that we recognize it and fix it. Okay, so A to B is actually 3 to 2. So that's 5. We can tell that that's true, and this is how I knew I was wrong, because the absolute value of A to 0 is 3. And then this is 2, and if I add those together, I should get 5. Okay, so now I have this measurement, which is 5. And I know that A to B is the same as C to D, so that is also 5. Now, we are going to find the measurement from A to C. Okay. I'm trying to find the color I haven't used yet here. Okay, so let's do green. So we're going to do A to C. So looking at A and C, I can see that their x coordinates are the same, so I'm not going to use these ones. Okay, I'm going to use the absolute values of those other ones. Okay, so I'm going to use the absolute value of 2 Wait, what am I doing here? Sorry. A and C. I'm sorry, we're not going to use threes. Oh, Mrs. Bowman, we're going to use 5 and 1. Okay, so the absolute value of 5 and the absolute value of 1. Okay, and because these are in the same quadrant, we are going to be subtracting them. Okay, the absolute value is 5 of 5. Oh, the absolute value of 5 is 5, and the absolute value of 1 is 1. 5 minus 1 is 4. We know that's true because we can count it here. There's 4 there. So there's 4 here, 4 here. Now we're going to find the perimeter. So all we're going to do is add these guys together. 4 and 4 is 8. 5 and 5 is 10. 10 plus 8, 18. That's our perimeter. So it's a little bit more involved, but if you can see, really all we're doing is just those same problems that we did before. We found the horizontal distance, and then we found the vertical distance. These are all skills that we can do. We're just putting it together to make a shape. So really, we want to just be able to see, do I know how to find the distance from here to here? Yes. Do I know how to solve the distance or find the distance from here to here? Yes. So if I can do that, then I can find the distance and perimeter of a polygon. Woo. All right, thanks for hanging in there with me I was on the struggle bus on this problem. But thank you guys for hanging in there. Just practice, practice. There's some stuff on Khan Academy if you're having trouble finding the distance between 2 points. I also am uploading a reference sheet. Actually, let's do this. I'm going to go ahead and show you what that looks like here. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to put it in my, so I have a reference sheet that is going to be on Google Classroom. This you can study to help when you're taking your quiz tomorrow. It's just a little note taking of what we need to do to find the distance between 2 points and looking at what our quadrants are. Okay, if you guys have any questions, feel free to email me. Otherwise, let's all do a great job on our quiz tomorrow. Woo! Have a great night, guys.